Very good afternoon from Steve Power. Welcome to the Philips Stadium for a meeting of two of the Eredivisie's traditional top three clubs, although current fortunes don't make it a top-of-the-table clash. It is PSV Eindhoven, the current leaders of the Eredivisie, against fourth from bottom Feyenoord. Round 10 of the Dutch season. But this is a game where current fortunes and form can often count for nothing. PSV away, still one of the most difficult fixtures for most clubs. One which Feyenoord still relish. PSV Eindhoven unbeaten in 16 matches, so strong at home. And the 14 times champions Feyenoord, who were fourth from top last season, as I say, start today fourth from bottom. Their well-documented financial problems have really hit home, particularly on the playing squad, which is now extremely young and inexperienced. And so far this season, in 9 attempts, have only managed to record 2 victories. It's PSV who are watching Ajax still playing, incidentally, at Excelsior. They are 2-2, Martin Jol's side. If it stayed that way, it would mean them going level on points with PSV before this game started. They wouldn't go top because PSV Eindhoven would still have a stronger goal difference. And if it stayed that way, it would be an opportunity for PSV Eindhoven to put some daylight at the top of the Eredivisie with a victory in this match. PSV are still without Marcus Berg and Vukic through suspension. Berg played in the week in the Europa League against Debrecen. Jonathan Rice, the Brazilian, is restored to the starting lineup today, having scored in that game. Our referee today is Bas Nijhuis. As the two captains get proceedings underway. And Ibrahim Afellay there, the PSV skipper, has been in the news this week. He hasn't quite got as many column inches as Wayne Rooney, but he too asked PSV Eindhoven for assurances about their future. He didn't get them. And PSV Eindhoven have announced that he will not be signing a new contract. He's out of contract at the end of the season, and he will indeed be sold in January. As it stands, Ibrahim Afellay, the PSV skipper, who's about to receive an award along with Wilfried Baumer, 2 long-serving players for PSV Eindhoven. But as I say, the question in this particular Dutch city is how many more months Afellay will be at the club. Can Feyenoord put their off-the-pitch problems behind them and become the first team in 26 matches to win a league game here at the Philips Stadium? It's a big ask. Only Roda and Heerenveen have won here in the last 2 seasons. That's the task of Feyenoord as PSV get us underway in their traditional red and white stripes. Feyenoord in all yellow today, and that's all the way through to their 41-year-old goalkeeper Rob van Dijk. Bahia is such a young side now, Feyenoord. Last season, of course, led to fourth by Giovanni van Bronckhorst, who's since retired. Jon Dahl Tomasson is still out injured. Boy Mackay has left the club as well, and Lanzat. Brian Tier is a key player for them. Wijnaldum. De Vrij, who's having to continue at centre-half for Feyenoord because of their injury problems. Toivonen. Marcello. Wilfried Baumer, back in his second spell at PSV after his time in the English Premier League with Aston Villa. Declare. Back from Camahelo, the South African. Oh, there's a bit of problem here for De Vrij, and he did well with Toivonen right behind him. It's not a game and a stadium in which you can be taking chances like that. PSV Eindhoven, confidence level so high. They've been so consistent already this season. 6 victories and 3 draws, no defeats from their 9 games. They've conceded only 8 goals and only 3 here at the Philips Stadium. Bright sunshine. Feyenoord here to try and darken PSV's mood. The opening exchanges are so important for a side that have been so brittle. The youngsters have had a big test and a lot being asked of them, carrying the weight of expectation as well. Cleared him with that interception. Wijnaldum. Declare. Back to Bahia. Long looking for Schaken. Ruben Schaken there, the summer signing from VV Venlo, still looking for his first goal in Feyenoord colours. Peters with the throw for PSV to Toivonen. Good interception by Leroy Fer. No free kick. Forward by Leerdam. Bryans. Schaken. Amongst the youngsters, as I say, the 41-year-old goalkeeper Rob van Dijk offers the experience. That was a foul by Peters. On Schaken. Wijnaldum. Up against Hutchison, who did well. He's still being asked to play in the right-back position for PSV Eindhoven because of the continued absence of the Bulgarian Manolev through a groin injury. Bryans. Bahia, the Brazilian defender. Now De Vrij, teenager himself, which is no surprise, as I say, in this current Feyenoord side. Now Engelaar trying to drive forward for PSV, and Tim de Cler, who's very much the veteran of this team at 31 in the left-back position, making his 300th appearance in the Eredivisie of his career today. For Feyenoord, he was in the way on that occasion from Engelaar. That was a good ball, looking for Lance. Baumer it was, trying to find the former AZ player who scored his first goal in PSV colours last weekend against Willem II. A 4-2 PSV victory. Engelaar's header. Long's dispossessed by de Cler. Marcello had to make that. teenager, Luke Castaños, was the man that was putting Marcelo under pressure. Just 17 years of age. Wijnaldum. Positive start from Feyenoord, who were narrowly beaten last time out by 20. But Mario, being their manager, was encouraged with the performance and has named exactly the same side again today. Admittedly, options are few and far between for him. Wijnaldum, good positive play, still has it. Can he get the cross in? He can. Away by Marcelo. Declare. Camahelo. Castaños. He's won the corner. The bright Feyenoord start continues. May have the first corner of the game. They've scored only 12 goals as a team, more than half the total of PSV's goal count so far. Can they do anything here? Isaacson backpedals, and Leroy Fer just couldn't get it back across. The Feyenoord skipper, he's only 20 years of age himself, now a full Dutch international. Came through the Feyenoord ranks, as so many of these players did. Peters. Too strong for Lens. Declare. Gets it back from Wijnaldum. Bahia. Well, they'll be pleased with the amount of possession they've had so far, Feyenoord, away at PSV. Ball retention and limiting PSV will be top of their agenda in the opening 20 minutes. Try and give themselves a platform to maintain in the game. Hope that the trip away from home in the week for the Europa League game might affect PSV Eindhoven in some way. Bahia's long ball forward. Too strong for Fer. And he stretched to try and get that. Leroy Fer. And since crumbled in a heap. Just watch him here. He's got his eyes on the ball. Just stretches. Did he feel something go? Certainly looks that way. Looked an immediate discomfort. Possibly the way he landed as well on that left knee. Nervous wait for Feyenoord to see if their captain can continue. The national coach, Bert van Marwijk, is not surprisingly here today. In the headlines recently, of course, for leaving out Manchester City's Nigel de Jong after that tackle on Hatem Ben Arfa. His son-in-law, Mark van Bommel of Bayern Munich, is the new Dutch captain. And Leroy Fer is going to need a few more minutes with the Feyenoord physio, so the visitors temporarily down to 10. Keeping everything crossed that Fer can come back on. Marcelo. Bauma into Engelar. That's given straight to Leerdam. Fair is still not looking confident of coming back on. In fact, Feyenoord are getting a change ready. It's not surprising, really. You saw the discomfort initially that he was in. Just what you don't want when you come away to the league leaders, to lose your captain inside quarter of an hour. Toivonen for PSV. They've had a very subdued start so far. Well, he's going to give it a go, Fer. I'm not so sure how long he's going to last. Marcello. Hutchison. Now Engelar. Sudzak. Just showed too much of that to Castaños. Out on the full by Isaacson. Well, Karim El Amadi, the Moroccan international, is ready to come on, and indeed he is replacing Leroy Fer. Luigi Bryant takes over the captain's armband. That was the incident, and you felt straight away that he was in serious trouble. So, sad early end for Leroy Fer and Feyenoord. Karim El Amadi, the 29-year-old Moroccan international, his third season from FC 20. Who did start the season as a first pick, is on. There's his first touch. Castaños. Neatly done by Apollo. Marcello. Toivonen dropping a little deep. Picks out Jonathan. Toivonen. Engelar. Trying to feed Sudzak. Just behind the Hungarian in the end. Bauma. Marcello. This is Hutchison, the Canadian. Much more like the possession you would expect PSV to have now. Lance, picked up by Toivonen. 7 goals this season, Toivonen. Hasn't scored in the last couple. Just dragged that, but it got the faintest of touches from Van Dijk. One touch, only one thing in his mind. It's won PSV the corner, which Sudzak is going to take. Came off Marcello. Wijnaldum just about comes away with the ball for Feyenoord. Affalay. Sudzak. Onto his right. It's not his strongest, but he can still hit them with it. Balas Sudzak, who got his second goal of the season last week at Willem II. Rob van Dijk knew that was always rising and over the crossbar. Just had a little look to make sure. Lance Affalay is available if Sudzak needs him. Square instead to Engelar. El Amadi. Wijnaldum. El Amadi once more. Toivonen had gone right back with him. Wijnaldum, Castaños. Still with Wijnaldum. Needed dealing with by Isaacson. The former Sparta player. Was going wide anyway. Marcella. No foul on Toivonen. That's too strong for Castaños. A lot being asked of the 17-year-old. Came through the academy at Excelsior, who are, of course, the smallest team in Rotterdam, the one that have been and still are a feeder club for Feyenoord. Now, bit of space here. Castaños wanted it in the centre. Bryant couldn't find a way through. And the early impetus was rather lost from that move. When he first picked up the ball, Luigi Bryant, there was time and space that suggested something better might have occurred. Here he is again. Played comfortably by Sudzak. De Vrij. Bahia. El Amadi almost showed too much of that to Toivonen. El Amadi. Declare offside. Correct decision. No debate about that one. Sloppy again from PSV. Wijnaldum. Really good pace. Went for goal. Straight at Isaacson. That's what he is capable of, the 19-year-old. 4 goals last season. Caught it well enough. Just straight at the PSV Eindhoven goalkeeper. Well, I'm sure Mario Bean and his coaching staff will be encouraged by the first 20 minutes from a Feyenoord point of view. Only 8 points on the board so far this season. Level on points with the third bottom team, Vitesse, who incidentally are PSV's next opponents on Wednesday night. Marcelo. Cleared by Van Dijk. Headed back by Hutchison. Jonathan coming back from an offside position there, the 21-year-old Brazilian. as you can see, Feyenoord more successful than any other club in the league. Away at PSV Eindhoven over the years, but they've had such strong teams in the past. This is one of their youngest and most inexperienced, trying to do just that. It's the 109th meeting in total, home and away, and Feyenoord have actually won 5 more of the encounters than PSV. Along with Ajax, of course, 2 of the traditional top 3. That was Jonathan trying to guide that on target. Full of confidence with 4 goals in his last 3 games. Got in front of Bahia, couldn't keep it down. First real delivery into the penalty area to cause alarm in the Feyenoord back 4. Cleared by De Clercq. Difficult one for Wijnaldum to bring under control. Engelaar. Willing Peters forward from the back. He was challenged by Schaken, and he is going to receive the first yellow card of the day. Ruben Schaken just didn't quite get there, and as a result, called Eric Peters, the PSV left back, first. Ibrahim Afellay to deliver the free kick. Square to Zudzak. That was an excellent strike. That wicked left foot of his had Rob van Dijk scampering. Look at the contact he gets here. Look at it move in the air. Just a fraction wide. Van Dijk saw it late. He was beaten. Really good hit from Zudzak. That's forward by Bauma. Jonathan under pressure from Bahia. Still has it! Well, there's no stopping this young man at the moment. Jonathan Rice with his 5th goal in 4 games for PSV Eindhoven. And that has to be the best of them. A touch of Brazilian magic. Look at that arrow into the far corner of the net. No chance for Van Dijk. Well, you don't stop those. What a strike. No chance at all for the goalkeeper. And Feyenoord, who've started this game so brightly, had plenty of the ball, taken the game to PSV, are now behind. 4 in his last 3 league games, 5 in his last 4 games. Jonathan Rice, the Brazilian, is certainly the man of the moment for PSV Eindhoven. Top teams can do to you. Toivonen's touch. Zudzak up against Leerdam. That was late on Zudzak by young Kelvin Leerdam. And he too is going in the referee's notebook. To understand why. Feyenoord don't concede quickly again. Otherwise, it might be a challenge too far for them. Affalay to deliver this. Not one of his better ones in the end, too strong. Normally has such pinpoint delivery. The 24-year-old, who was openly invited to move to the Premier League, particularly expressing his desire that he'd love to play for Manchester United. Fred Rutten has to keep picking his captain at the moment. Hot topic this week across Europe has been player power. Affalay, quite simply, is too integral to PSV's plans to do anything else at the moment with that situation. Neatly done by Hutchison. Now Toivonen. Monticello. His form is still keeping Rodriguez on the substitutes bench. PSV, of course, sold Salcido to Fulham back in August. That's Lons. Cut out by De Vrij. Bryant. Can Feyenoord regroup and go again? Such a bright quarter of an hour. Then they lost their captain and they've since gone behind to that piece of quality from Jonathan Rice. Quickly taken by El Amadi, but too quickly for the referee's liking. In fact, he'd given it the other way. Can Fred Rutten bring the title back to PSV? 2 spells in charge of FC20, had a year in charge of Schalke in the Bundesliga. He knows this club so well. Assistant for 4 years. He's now assisted incidentally by Philip Cocu, former Barcelona and PSV player. Wijnaldum junking. El Amadi. De Vrij. El Amadi. Engelar. You just feel that when PSV go in front, particularly at home, where they're only beaten in 26 matches in the league, they have that assured look about them. 43 points from 51 they took at home last season. Incredible run, and had they picked up more points away from home, they would have been closer to FC20 and Ajax. Hutchison. Lons. Came off to Clare. PSV corner. Sudzak to deliver. Van Dijk didn't get there. Away by Wijnaldum, and that was a let-off for Feyenoord. The veteran goalkeeper got away with that one. Oh dear, got both hands on it and really should have held it. Sudzak once more, trying to go in between the two players, and he's won the free kick, right on the edge of the penalty area. He knew exactly what Sudzak was going to do. He was looking for this and he got it. This is a dangerous situation. Sudzak behind it. Always fancied it. Off target on that occasion. Over the two-man wall. Look at the pace he generates. Hardly a runner. Such a clean striker of the football, Sudzak. 14 goals last season. Only 2 so far in this campaign. Wijnaldum. PSV have it back. Peters. Stopped by Leerdam, who has already been shown the yellow card. And the 20-year-old is sent off at the Philips Stadium. No leniency shown there by the referee. 2 yellows equal a red. Captain off, 1 down, and now Feyenoord are a man down. Well, it was clumsy. And I suppose when you've already been booked, you do run the risk. As I say, there was no leniency or final warning coming from the referee. That's a soft one. What was a difficult task has now become a monumental one for Feyenoord. They're going to bring Martins on. Before that, Sudzak will take the free kick. There's a foul there before the header came in. Well, Bas Nijhuis won't be popular in Rotterdam at the moment, that's for sure. Ruben Schaken is the man sacrificed. And Bruno Martins, the 18-year-old, who is a defender by trade, is on for just the 4th appearance of his domestic career. But that's all Mario Bean has to work with at the moment. Well, that was a little lackadaisical from Bauma. And only really PSV can lose this now. Goal advantage and a man advantage at home, where they're unbeaten in 26 league games. Against Feyenoord, the youth and inexperience, 4th from bottom. It's all about maintaining concentration and professionalism for PSV and seeing the job through, even at this early stage. Remember Ajax earlier on drawing 2-2 at Excelsior to go level on points with PSV at the top of the Eredivisie, but not above them because of an inferior goal difference. So a chance for PSV to go 3 points clear after 10 games of the Dutch season. 3rd and 4th in the last 2 seasons, PSV, having been in the top 2 9 seasons running. That's how disappointing third and fourth place finishes are for PSV. Remember, in those 9 seasons, they were champions 7 times. And they want that title back. De Vrij. Martins. Alamadi. Isaacson. Sound Hutchison calmly. Engelar. Such a difficult task now for this young team of Feyenoord. Affalay. 4 titles to his name already at the age of 24. Peters. What a good cross! Jonathan was on the end of it. Couldn't get it on target. The PSV goal scorer got in ahead of De Clercq. Just couldn't find the target here. Alamadi just caught by Toivonen. Forward by De Clercq. PSV free kick. It's quickly taken. Affalay. Lons. Jonathan waiting in the middle. It's still Lons. Couldn't get round Bahia. Affalay. 2-0. It's going from bad to worse for Feyenoord. The skipper has another goal. It's 6 of the season. 3-on-3 from this moment onwards. Lons did well to get back on his feet, and Affalay squeezed it through. It took a touch off Martins along the way. Van Dijk beaten. And just maybe already Feyenoord beaten. Definite last touch off Martins. He won't want the own goal. The teenager who's only just come on. It's a 2-goal comfortable cushion for 11 men, PSV Eindhoven against the 10 of Feyenoord. Forward by Peters. Feyenoord will be wishing the half-time whistle was the full-time one. Toivonen, he's sensing goals. Kamahelo, the South African. The frustrating thing for Feyenoord will be they'd started this game so brightly. Sudzak wants it back. Sudzak, delivery was just too strong. De Vrij gets it back from Alamadi. De Vries throw. Free kick to Feyenoord. Peters penalised. Well, could there be a Feyenoord lifeline before the break? Tim de Cler with that left foot looks as though he's going to provide the cross. Is there anyone on the end of it? The outstretched leg of Engelaar first of all. This is Martins. Off Sudzak for a Feyenoord corner. De Cler takes it. Engelaar heads it away. Castaños. Oh, that was a chance. And Bahia, who'd stayed up from the back, knows it. They're not going to get too many of these, Feyenoord. Unmarked, 8 yards out. And the Brazilian didn't even test the goalkeeper. And from the position they're in, with 10 men as well, they need those to go in to give them any hope. De Cler. Martins. El Amadi. Spirited end to the half from the 10 of Feyenoord. No way through for the Moroccan international on that occasion. Castaños. And still, routine for Isaacson. Sudzak. Useful. Came quickly at Toivonen after Lons had missed it. And then Affalay. Well, that would have put the game to bed already before the break, had that gone in. Streaming forward again, PSV. Poor clearance by Martins as he slipped. And a disappointing effort from a man of Affalay's quality as he lifted that over the crossbar. Wijnaldum just couldn't get it out from under his feet, and Marcello stepped in. It's all or nothing for Feyenoord now. This is Engelaar. Toivonen. Good challenge by De Cler. Castaños. Looking for Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum. Camahello. Wild effort from Bryant. And that is the last action of the first half. One which Feyenoord started so brightly, and they end 2 goals down and a man down after the sending off of Kelvin Leerdam. Goals from Jonathan again and Affalay, although the last touch came off Martins, the crucial ones, and it's a monumental task for fourth and bottom Feyenoord now, because at the break at the Philips Stadium The scoreline is PSV Eindhoven 2, Feyenoord 0.
November on Setanta Sports. Live rugby internationals with England versus the All Blacks and South Africa. Live international football with England versus France and Croatia versus Malta. Live Serie A including Inter versus AC Milan and Juventus versus Roma. Plus live SPL, Bundesliga. Copa Sudamericana on Setanta Sports. Log on to our website for scheduling and information. The Eredivisie on Setanta Sports. Log on to our website for scheduling and information. Get football? Get over 750 exclusive matches this season on Setanta Sports. Including Serie A, Bundesliga, SPL, the FA Cup, Euro 2012 qualifiers, South American football, the J-League, and so much more. Get football, get Setanta Sports. Do you know your Materazzi from your Maserati? Your Buffon from your Buffont? Your Totti from your Totti? Then you need to get Setanta Sports. Over 750 exclusive matches, including the best of Serie A, the Bundesliga, the FA Cup, the Scottish Premier League, and Euro 2012 qualifiers. Get football, get Setanta Sports.
And it's all they have really for this second 45 as well. Away at the leaders, 2-0 down. It is Feyenoord in yellow that get us underway in the second half. PSV know that Ajax have drawn 2-2 away at Excelsior today. So they've effectively dropped 2 points. And if they can close out victory in this one, they will be 3 points clear tonight at the end of round 10 of the Eredivisie season. One thing is for certain, if Feyenoord are to have any hope of remarkably getting anything out of this game, they need to score next. They cannot afford to concede the next goal. PSV 21 times champions of Holland. The last 3 seasons ago when they won 4 in a row. They've been irresistible so far this season. Really had to get out of second gear so far today. Zudzak. Cleverly done, inviting for Peters. Bahia wasn't too convincing in his touch. Bryant has since been dispossessed. Zudzak to Engelaar. Now Peters. Toivonen's waiting and wants it. Bahia got it away. Only as far as Zudzak though. Stuttering start to the second half. Bahia once again with the clearance. Jonathan, Affalay, oh, wonderful balance, still Affalay. Now Hutchison, oh, 3-0, Jonathan Wright again. And that is game over. 2 for Jonathan, 3 for PSV, and 3 points surely already in this game. He just can't stop scoring at the moment. Came into that penalty area totally unmarked. Beautifully set up by Affalay. Good cross from Hutchison. And that was just saying, head me home, which is exactly what Jonathan did. 6 goals in 4 competitions, in the last 4 in all competitions for him. 5 in 3 in the league. Marcus Berg, who's suspended, might not get his place back at Vitesse on Wednesday. And for 10 men Feyenoord, it's all about keeping the scoreline down now. And PSV also know that come the end of the season with a challenge with Ajax and FC20, goal difference could be crucial. Here they come again. Toivonen, 4-0. The leading scorer's in on the act. Haven't seen too much of him today, but that was a dream cross for him from Affalay. No wonder he goes straight over to his skipper. What about that for a cross? Toivonen hardly had to move. The Swedish international's 8th goal of the season. He won't get a more simple one. 4-0 for PSV Eindhoven. Game, set and match. Didn't even have to break stride. Nine in 8 for him. Who'd be a Feyenoord player now. What a disastrous opening 5 minutes of the second half for 10 men Feyenoord. The irresistible form of PSV Eindhoven this season, and indeed over the last couple of years here at the Philips Stadium, continues. This will now be 27 unbeaten home games in the league. They've only conceded 3 goals at home all season. Feyenoord, who came into this game without a win in 5 games, will just want to go back to Rotterdam as quickly as possible. They haven't even scored here on the last 3 visits. They haven't won here since March 2004. And they're 4-0 down with another 40 minutes to go. Here's Toivonen again. Blocked by Martins. Really is damage limitation now for the club from Rotterdam. You have such a rich tradition and history. Only twice champions in the last 17 years, the last of which in 1999 under Leo Beenhakker, who's now the director of football at the club. There have been calls for him to quit. He's come out and said that he won't do that. It's another cross from Affalay. I don't think anyone in Dutch football is pleased to see Feyenoord going through the spell on and off the pitch that they are having to do at the moment. Engelaar, it's going to be painful watching from those from Rotterdam for the remaining minutes in this game, of which there are many. Lons, oh, that was inviting. Nobody had read that. Jonathan apologises. Did everything right here. Had somebody been attacking that, there was a tapping at the back post. Jonathan. Hutchison. Lance. Neatly done. He goes down, no penalty. Dare I suggest, had that been 0-0, it would have been awarded. Thought long and hard about it, the referee. Here's Toivonen. Engelar. Jonathan onside. Bahia just got back. The Brazilian knows he's on the verge of a first career hat-trick. Well, that's a penalty. I think the referee took out some sympathy on 10 men Feyenoord there. Bahia certainly didn't get the ball. El Amadi. Wijnaldum onside. Engelar back with him. Strong, powerful man. Orlando Engelar, strapping 6'5". There he is again, Engelar. Affalay, dispossessed by Bryant. Remember, prior to the sending off, that Feyenoord had lost their captain Leroy Fer through injury as well. That's still in play. Bryant. Castaños wanted it. Bryant still has it. Good tracking back by Toivonen. And now there might be a PSV break on. Jonathan into Lons, and still, oh, brilliantly taken. 5-0 PSV Eindhoven. Goals in successive games for Lons. His first goal at the Philips Stadium in PSV colours since his summer move from RZ. Wonderful first touch. And a very calm and assured second. Just guided it past Van Dijk. And this is turning into an absolute rout. Twelve goals for AZ Alkmaar last season. Back-to-back goals now for PSV Eindhoven. Leroy Fer, as I mentioned, who was forced off in the first half, now watching on with crutches. And this is turning into a nightmare for Feyenoord. And there's still 35 minutes to go. It's all about personal pride now for the team from Rotterdam. Camahelo. De Cler. Cleared by Zudzak. Engelar. PSV sensing every time they go forward they can score now. Toivonen. Jonathan. Affalay is square. Here's the skipper. Zudzak, he might fancy a strike. Beaten away by Van Dijk. Well, they'll all want to get on the act now. Another good connection from Zudzak. Van Dijk would have been disappointed had he been beating at his near post. PSV keep their foot on the gas. This could be a cricket score. It's just a question of how many they really want. As I say, they play again on Wednesday away at Vitesse. And next weekend as well. They've just come back from the Europa League action. Toivonen caught by Martins. Affalay. Hutchison. Castaños for Feyenoord. Wijnaldum. He's looked the brightest proposition for Feyenoord. Georgino Wijnaldum. And he's still going here, taking on Engelar. Castaños. This could spell danger once more. It's Jonathan through, onside for the hat-trick for the Brazilian! The first match ball of his fledgling career. What a couple of weeks he's had. Jonathan Rice grabs his third and PSV Eindhoven's sixth. Timed his run to perfection, had a little look. And then what about the finish? It was one of a confident man. It's a moment that he'll treasure, his first senior hat-trick. He's had so many problems off the pitch. He's come back from those. And he's responded in the best possible manner. We haven't even had an hour at the Philips Stadium. And Mario Bean's team are 6-0 down. Jonathan Rice, who left the club last January after he tested positive for a banned substance. He was also fined because of drink driving. Came back to the club in the summer after serving his punishment, given one last opportunity. We've seen so many players with his talent down the years waste it. PSV didn't want that to be the case with the young Brazilian, a player they have spent a lot of time and money on nurturing. Well, in the last 5 games, they've really seen the benefit of that. Two in the last league game against Willem II, 1 in the week against the Breckin, 3 here against 10-men Feyenoord. 6-0, half an hour to go. Engelar into Lance. Peters. And for once, not the cross that was required. Haven't said that too often today. Well, as you can see, 1996 was the highest scoring game, 7-2. There were 3 goals to match that day yet. There's still plenty of time to get them, but as I say, it really is a case of whether PSV need to maintain this tempo, whether they see it as an opportunity to just take their feet off the gas with games up and coming. Here's Wijnaldum. Isaacson hasn't had too much to do today. Stopped that one at his near post. Let's look for Lance. He's got there as well. Early ball finds Toivonen. He leaves it for Zudzak. It's 7. And Zudzak is in on the act as well. He thanks Toivonen for the dummy. And Zudzak grabs his third of the season. That left foot has been threatening all day. The goalkeeper didn't even move. Arrowed into the bottom corner. The PSV fans are enjoying this in the Eindhoven sunshine. He isn't. Mario Bean, the Feyenoord coach, 7-0 to the league leaders. Adil Olassar has come on, and what a time to come on for the 24-year-old to make his debut after his summer move from VV Venlo at 7-0 down and a man down with 28 minutes to go at the Philips Stadium. Feyenoord only wish they could fast forward the watch to 90 minutes and get back on the bus to Rotterdam. Understandably, PSV are sensing more. Zudzak. Hat-trick hero, Jonathan Rice. Engelar. Hutchison. Well, they started the day ahead of Ajax on goal difference. They drew 2-2 Martin Jol's side at Excelsior earlier on. So this real stretch in goal difference as well is almost worth another point to PSV at the moment after 10 games. And as I say, that could be crucial from next April and May. Here's Lons. 3 waiting for the cross. It came off Bahia. I mentioned about resting players. The first to be rested is the skipper, Affolay. Standing ovation. Despite the announcement that he is to leave in January because he won't sign a new contract. That's not at the forefront of players' minds at the moment. And Atman Bakal is on in his place, and he gets a big pat on the back from Fred Rudd. And Baumer also given a rest, and Rodriguez is on in his place. Bakal. Free kick to PSV. Bahia, the man penalised. In from Lance, just over Jonathan, almost fell to Toivonen. Hutchison. El Amadi with the strong challenge. Camahelo gives it away. It's an impossible situation for Feyenoord now. Success in the next 23 minutes for them would quite simply be not to concede again. Rodriguez, the Mexican. Angular. Sense the PSV public almost sitting back and just waiting for the next goal now. There's been such a flurry of them in this second half. 5 in 22 minutes to be precise. Here's Lons. Declare got back to put him off. PSV get a corner. Useful delivery. Oh, it's a super header for number 8. Angular adds to the scoring, and there was no stopping that one. Look at the power he generates up above De Vrij. Simple goal really, but so effective. Orlando Angular with his 2nd of the season and the 8th of the day. His 4th for PSV. It's going to be a long, long road back to Rotterdam. What an incredible day. And we still have 20 minutes to go. Final change, and it's a standing ovation for the young Brazilian who's had so many problems, as I say, off the pitch. He's come back this season to try and put them behind him, and today is a day he will remember for the rest of his career. His first senior hat-trick, the Brazilian Jonathan Rice. He's replaced by Danny Kerbermans. What a wonderful situation to come on in, 8-0 up against 10 men Feyenoord. Kerbermans has only scored once this season. He'll certainly be fancying his chances of adding to that in the remaining minutes of this game. Here's Bakal. First touch for the substitute, forces a corner. Probably never come on into a game in this situation in his entire career. Experienced 31-year-old. Zudzak's corner. Have they learnt their lesson? And that got something to it. Cleared by El Amadi. This man Isaacson and defenders will want the clean sheet as well. As I say, just 3 goals conceded all season at home. What a big boost it is to the goal difference for PSV today as well. Engelar's goal was the 33rd goal of this season already for PSV Eindhoven. Here's Angular again. Here's Lons. Chance for 9. Right across the face. Well, the way they're playing at the moment, they haven't taken their foot off the gas. You wouldn't rule out double figures. Patience from Angular. Lons might have expected to hit the target from there. Lovely weight on the pass. Peters with the clearance. Toivonen. Zudzak. Toivonen goes for the return. That's a foul, Martins, though. Martins in the way. Toivonen's header. Bahia clears. Zudzak. Peters on the overlap. Early delivery looking for Lens. Cut out by Bahia. PSV throw. Zudzak. Committed the foul in the end. What a dream day for PSV Eindhoven. It's a lesson in the hardest possible way for the young players of Feyenoord, who in a lot of cases, because of the financial restrictions at the club, are being asked to do jobs of men when they're only boys. It was going to be hard enough 11v11 for them today away from home here at the Philips Stadium. Once it became 10v11 and that second goal went in, it was always a monumental task, but even they couldn't have predicted what followed. There could still be more. Hutchison. Marcello. Toivonen. Engelart. Peters, he's through. Down he goes. And the referee says penalty. And there's another card as well for Camahelo, the South African teenager, with the foul on Peters. And he receives the yellow card. Lovely ball again from Engelart. Just pulled him back there. Zudzak already has one. This is for his second and PSV's 9th. 9-0 at the Philips Stadium. The league leaders are having a day to dream of. Zudzak doubles his tally for the season from 2 to 4. Just look at those supporters. All 4 penalties dispatched with a 100% record. And Feyenoord are beginning to pray for that final whistle. The Carl is fouled. Won't be gloating, Fred Rutten. He'll be delighted with the clinical aspect of his side's play. It's a really tough one for Mario Bean and his team to take. What it's already turning into a very difficult season. This has been the hardest day of it so far. When he took over, he had a motto for Feyenoord of no guts, no glory. Well, guts have been needed today, and even they haven't been good enough, and that could have been double figures. Curverman's denied. All smiles already. Cleared by De Cler. Just working out, I think Curverman's is the only one from the front six since he came on without a goal. And Bakal, the other substitute. Rodriguez. Lons. He's in here. Toivonen. Oh, it's wide. Well, Lons is suggesting to the referee his shirt was being pulled. I think it was, and at 0-0 he might have got it, but not at 9-0. Martin's definitely had hold of him there. Squared it for Toivonen. They thought this was double figures, and it was the wrong side of the post. That would have put Toivonen himself into double figures for the season. He's only got 3 goals on his own, less than the entire Feyenoord team. And the worst thing for Feyenoord is there's still another 10 minutes of this game to go. Hello. El Amadi. Feyenoord just delighted to have the ball in the PSV half, something they've rarely done in the second period. El Amadi has won a free kick. Marcello, back to Isaacson. As I say, will be determined to keep the clean sheet as well. As far as he's concerned, their final goal would take the gloss off this glorious result. Van Dijk had to be quick there. He's found De Cler. Rodriguez. Hutchison. Rodriguez once more. It's like a training ground game now for PSV. Peters, Zudzak to his left. Here's Zudzak, 3 waiting for the cross. Behind with the header away. Here they come again, PSV. And Martins needed to come across and concede the corner. Corner goes to Engelaar. Hutchison. So many PSV players in the penalty area, all wanting to get on the score sheet. Zudzak. Oh. Touch of the Ronaldos from Zudzak. It's the time to try it, isn't it, at 9-0 up? Here's Lens. Good tracking back by Wijnaldum. El Amadi. One back by Engelaar. Zudzak. Hutchison. Cal. Zudzak. And still beaten away by Van Dijk. Zudzak wants a match ball as well. Oh, disappointing touch by Kerbermans. He's trying to lay that into the path of Toivonen. This was the effort from the Hungarian, beaten away by Van Dijk. And this was his Cristiano Ronaldo stroke Johan Cruyff. All the tricks can come out at 9-0 up against 10 men with 5 minutes to go. Foul on Toivonen. A yellow card for El Amadi, who owned up to make sure that his standing captain Bryant wasn't booked. Lens. Kerbermans still has it. Bryant with the clearance. Peters showed too much of that to De Vrij. Zudzak. Martin's missed it. It's Lens. It's 10-0. Double figures for PSV Eindhoven. What an incredible day. They've never seen the like at the Philips Stadium. Records being smashed left, right and centre. Lens with his second of the day, and PSV's 10th that he managed to squeeze in at the near post, past Van Dijk. The full-time whistle can't come quick enough for Feyenoord of Rotterdam. And today, with everyone connected with their club, wants to instantly erase from the memory. No more so than the coach. Hutchison, surely there isn't another one. Lens, he's got the cross in, over Toivonen. Picked up by Bakal. He then caught Camahella. perhaps looked a little more cynical than the referee thought it was. This will leave Feyenoord with just 8 points from 10 games. The team, remember, that finished 4th from top last season. Just 2 wins. They've now conceded 24 goals in that time as well, 10 of them today. Government is offside, and Feyenoord will be thankful for that at least. A small mercy at this stage. Just wonder whether he'll still be in charge of Feyenoord in the morning. Will he be able to take it? Will his board be able to take it? Kervermans. Toivonen. Hutchison now forward from right back. Stopped by El Amadi. Wijnaldum. Stopped by Rodriguez. Engelaar. Sudzak. There should absolutely no mercy in this second half. That's towards Toivonen, headed away by Martins. There's Lons, and there's 11. Kervermans puts it into the back of the net. But the flag is up, I think, on this near side. It doesn't count. And it's a day that Feyenoord will want to instantly erase from the memory. Mario Bean's team have been utterly destroyed. PSV Eindhoven with an incredible scoreline. They were so clinical in front of goal. 10 goals they scored, 8 of them coming in the second half, and it included a hat-trick for the young Brazilian Jonathan Rice. The Feyenoord players look on in absolute disbelief. They look shell-shocked because this scoreline is a complete one-off. It is finished in Eindhoven. PSV 10, Feyenoord 0. And PSV really was so clinical when they had the chances. You'll need a big, deep breath to try and recount the goals. And they might well celebrate. The celebrations will go on long into the night. First half, an absolute peach from Jonathan Rice. That was when it was 11 v 11. Then Bakal made it 2-0 after the sending off. Rice with the third. Toivonen with number 4. The perfect cross from Bakal. Then Lons with his first home goal in PSV colours made it 5. And then the rout really began to happen. Hat-trick clinching goal for Rice. Sudzak in on the act. Engelaar with number 8. And then a penalty for which Sudzak dispatched number 9. And then double figures with the second of the day for Lens. A truly incredible day. And PSV Eindhoven, by scoring 10, go 3 points clear of Ajax at the top of the Eredivisie. And they couldn't have gone 3 points clear in any more convincing fashion. It's a day they'll talk about for a long, long time in Eindhoven. It is finished. PSV 10, Feyenoord 0. I'm sure you've enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.
November on Setanta Sports. Live rugby internationals with England versus the All Blacks and South Africa. Live international football with England versus France and Croatia versus Malta. Live Serie A including Inter versus AC Milan and Juventus versus Roma. Plus live SPL, Bundesliga.